when I was going through that level of uncertainty, it started raining one day. And then someone had told me that the restaurant wasn't doing so well. And I was like, man, please, God, like, not this, not, please don't. I just got here. This was a couple months in. I was like, I just got here. This is the only thing that really was giving me hope. I don't want this to be taken away from me. So I remember saying a prayer, dude. I'll never forget the prayer I said. And I'll never forget because it's one of those, like when I pray, I pray from the heart. But you know, sometimes we go through routine prayers that we just say things and then go to bed. Right? No, I said a prayer that day, dude. I meant it from the bottom of my heart. I told God, I said, if you give me an opportunity to play and do music full time, I don't care if I only made $20,000 a year. I would take it over a job that would offer me $60,000. I meant that, dog, because I wanted to do what I was created to do. I wanted to do what I love doing. I enjoyed it. I wanted to do this saxophone. That's what I wanted to do, and everything just started changing.
Blessings, beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of the Will the World podcast. I am your host, Jason Darrell Williams, here with my dog. Man, I've been knowing this dude for, it feel like 3-4 decades, but it's just we kindred spirits, man. We've been best friends for a long, long time. I'm here with Chris Mitchell. What's happening?
What's up, man? I'm glad to be here in the expensive LA. It's cost me like $3,000 in a day to be here. I think, me personally, I think it's time for the Will the World show to come to Texas.
So look, this is what y'all need to understand. So I met Chris when he had 0 followers on TikTok. And now my dog got a 250,000 plus.
You feel me?
250,000.
Yeah. It took a while to get there though, because like, so when I first started, I posted 2 videos that got me to 1,000 followers. And I always knew that if I can just go live, then I can do my thing. And I was going to gain more followers so I can go live. So I didn't really post many videos. And actually, by the time I went live or started going consistently, I had about 5 videos. And people would say, you don't post. And I was like, because I'm giving you real-time performance.
Right.
And that was the thing about, social media platform for myself, was focusing on giving people an experience while I'm live versus giving them a video that was just chopped up and edited. People need to see the rawness of it. I have a personality, a raw personality. So I wanted to give people unedited version. I'm talking to you while I'm performing, and you can ask me anything you want. We get to know each other. And then you're getting a show at the same time. It's an experience. You're not just going live.
Right. So just so y'all know, that was a joke. Of course, I knew Chris when he had 0 followers on TikTok, and I've been knowing him for 2 decades plus.
Yeah.
Literally.
Literally.
But in regards to TikTok, bro, it's that's really amazing. So did you have like that strategy all figured out beforehand, like before you even signed up for TikTok, where you like, I want to bring that show to them, or did it just kind of come to you one day?
So I've already been doing shows,
right?
I've always been an artist, so I just really took my life and then just put it on the platform. So, for example, when I'm already going out doing concerts and I needed content, we were already shooting the content, right, so to speak. It's funny me using that word because I never really used that word before I became this creator, social media creator. I would just call it video.
You don't want to say content creator?
Yeah, I know, right? I just want to say
fighting it.
I would really fight it.
Yeah, I know.
I really fight it.
Social media.
It's social media. The video. So like, I was already doing videos, but we just took the concert videos and then put them on the platform. And I'm just showing people what I do on a daily basis already and what I do in concert. So I had never really given any thought to go out to a studio and record like content for the platform.
Right.
That didn't come until later on.
Right.
But in the beginning, there was no strategy. It was just, I'm already doing this, so let me just show you. And that was it. That was my strategy. I didn't write it out as a strategy of how do I get more followers? I'm a different breed, right? I'm a breed of the rare breed, meaning basically you have lots of people that would say, well, they're self-made. But that depends on what that means to you. Well, what self-made means to me is that when I say I come from nothing, well, what does that mean? That means that I was jobless for 2 years. I couldn't find a job after I graduated from 2009 to 2011. I played for tips and made $50 a day from Sunday through Thursday and only $100 a day on Friday and Saturday, $450 a week. I did it for 9.5 months. I collected email addresses and phone numbers. After 9.5 months, I collected over 400,000 emails. And then when I went to go do concerts, I surveyed everybody in those emails. Where are you from? Where are you living now? If I did a concert in your city, would you come visit? Would you come to the show? How many tickets you think you can sell? I literally did everything from ground up with no financing, right? So I didn't have the credit to go get a bank loan. I didn't have the resources or recommendations to find an investor. I had to use my own money. And still to this day, Chris Mitchell Jazz Enterprise LLC, I have to use my own money. I don't have to, but I use my own money, right? For my concert tours, right? Obviously, I have a credit card, but I don't have a line of credit using it because I use it for my business. I am the line of credit. So when they talk about a strategy for TikTok, my strategy was, well, I built my business on initially. It was simply surveying my fans, giving them what they want, respectively to what I'm good at doing to give them what they want, and taking care of the proceeds that come with doing it. I mean, basically, if they're buying music or if they're buying concert tickets, people like to see progress. So if they're paying me X amount of dollars, through streaming sales or tickets, I want to go out and hire the best publicists. Shout out to Jasmine Espada and Camille Espada PR. I want to go out and hire one of the best marketing teams in the country. Shout out to Atomic Social. I got a list of people that can go on. But I want to do that because I know that they can catapult my career into something further than what it is now. So I always it's not a go with the flow thing. The strategy, if I had to, articulate it, would be to simply follow the basic rules of what got me here and to continue capitalizing off of my basic foundation of investing in myself and surveying my fans.
So I was so excited. I wanna backtrack a moment because I think we gotta speak to the people who've been living under a rock for the last 5-10 years. Chris is the most amazing saxophone player.
First time I heard saxophone was from him in high school.
Saxophone, like seriously, of our generation. It's I really want to make sure before we continue through this, bro, that like I really give you your flowers, bro. Cause we joke all the time. It's just like I was talking to a friend of mine earlier. I was like, we really just gonna have to resist roasting each other for an hour. Like so
that don't happen.
So
we try it. We can try it.
Yeah, we can try it. But
as soon as you start this podcast, I was like, I'm about to say some other boobs.
But look, I got about
Look at that.
But look though, in honor of you pulling up, look, I went a little tight around. I went a little tight. I ain't go Chris tight, but I went a little tight around the bottom of my leg. You know what I'm saying? I could have went Chris tight, but them my workout pants. Them my workout pants right there. I didn't want to go workout clothes on you. But now, so because I had to make sure they know that because I want to revisit the beginning of the story. Like you said, for 2 years you couldn't get a job and you were outside playing that sax for tips.
So I graduated in spring of 2009, which is pretty much the finishing of the recession. Well, not the finishing of it, but we were still in the recession.
Mm-hmm.
And I had 2 jobs. I worked at Jose Bank for 3 weeks. It was a temp job. And I worked at Westside Kia and Chevrolet for 6 days. And those are only 2 jobs I could find, which is temp jobs throughout 2 years. I was sending out 10 resumes a day and could not get a call back.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of businesses were failing because of the situation. I
Right.
get it, recession. But, with the notion of go to college, get a degree, you're thinking, get out, everything's going to be
Right.
all good.
Hit the ground running.
Get the ground running. Everything's going to be good. Great. Awesome.
Yeah.
And I did everything I was supposed to do. What our parents taught. Shout out to our parents, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
We did everything that they told us to do, what they, asked, requested, and told us to do. We did those things. But life changed for us in the recession to something that they wasn't even used to.
Right.
We weren't prepared for this.
Right.
So when I was jobless for those 2 years, one thing I knew that I couldn't get fired from, and I knew that I could get hired, was myself.
Mm-hmm.
No one could fire me from playing saxophone, right? I just had to find a way to earn an income.
Mm-hmm.
So to backtrack a bit for how it got started, I gave y'all a brief synopsis of it. But the way it was, when I was standing there playing for tips, there were people that would walk by and put in $1, $5, $10, $20, whatever. I would take that money and turn it in to the restaurant. And by the way, it was Turquoise Restaurant in Sugarland Town Square.
Mm-hmm.
And the owner's name is Jim.
It's nice.
And
is it still there?
No, they closed in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And they were a new restaurant. So they were trying to get, they were trying to make it too.
Right.
So if I would make $30 in tips, I would take the $30 and turn it into Jim. Jim would then write a check for $50. So he essentially only paid $20 in music, right? But I had already been out there for 8 to 10 hours a day, right? And I did it 7 days a week. So I was making $50 a day. And then when it came to weekends, I wanted to make 100 because there was more people out. And so I would play longer. Sometimes I stayed until 2 a.m. until the bar across the street would close because people would tip more when they would.
Of course, they come out a little faded.
They tip a little more. So if I would try to reach that goal, but if they wasn't,
that's smart though.
Yeah, and I would turn the tips in. So there was a guy named Harry Seisha, shout out to him, that came outside one day when I was playing. He said, you should be collecting people's information, man. Because one day you're going to do a concert and you want to sell tickets. And I always knew I wanted to do a concert, but I always thought that you have to find somebody in the music industry to set all this up. Right? That was not the case. So I go to the back office, I get a sheet of paper, I write down name, phone number, and email. I go back out to the sidewalk, I get one of the tables, and I set that paper there, put a pen there, right next to my tip jar. I counted the tables in the patio that's right in front of the restaurant. It was 10 tables, 6 chairs per table, so 60 people. One thing I learned about playing at restaurants was that tables would turn every hour to an hour and a half. Turning meaning that people eat, finish, leave, next people come in. I'm out there 8 to 10 hours a day. I ate those Lays. Those lime chips Lays they stuck in my throat, so I may be coughing until it comes out.
Well, we got a beverage for you. We got a beverage for you if you need to wash it down.
No, I'm not sipping that no more. I'll tell you that. I don't know how I'm functioning right now. 3 sips and I was like, I won't be able to do the podcast. We scheduled. So it's 60 people out there, and so while I'm out there, so I decided that if I can turn the 60 people into signing up, including the walk-bys, I can get quite a bit of people on my contact list. So I started passing my paper around like it was an offering plate in church. Dude, I was passing that paper around, getting people to sign up, and I was collecting quite a bit of emails, almost up to 400 a day,
Mm.
right? It was emails and phone numbers. And
Man, that's
yeah,
yeah.
so and then I did it for that I'm sorry, for that 9.5 months. And that's how I collected nearly 500,000 people on my list. Um,
That's crazy, bro.
yeah, so I mean, that's pretty much how it went. I mean, that's how it
Yeah.
got started. And then, when it came to doing concerts, I don't mean to like keep talking and running on, but
Nah, you good.
when it came to doing concerts, I would just email those people and just say, "Hey, where you from?" And then they would tell me, and then I would
So
risk it.
I gotta ask because being as somebody who, self-employed, entrepreneur, all these things out here getting it solo in not the 9 to 5 world. During those days that you just out there like playing the sax, just like a dollar in a dream type vibe. Like, one, did you ever have any moment or moments where you were just like, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? And then two, what was keeping you going during those moments? Because 2 years, like you out there on that same grind, like every day. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, what was keeping you sane during that time?
All right, so I never had a moment where I wanted to quit.
Mm-hmm.
I always had a moment not of uncertainty, and
Mm-hmm.
that's one of the worst fears, or the fears that all businessmen have is
Mm-hmm.
uncertainty,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because we don't make the same income every day.
Right.
It
Right.
changes. Like,
Right.
when you have a
Ebbs and
nine to
flows.
five, you know what's coming every 2 weeks.
Yup.
You know what I'm
Yup.
saying? As an entrepreneur, make some money today. I don't make any for the next
Not
2 or
so
3
not so much
days.
tomorrow.
Make some more money. I can hit it big. The next 2 weeks is real dry. Like, I mean, that's how it works.
Yeah, pretty good, man. Not so much today.
Nah, not so much. Not so much. So I mean, that's how it was. So it was uncertainty, like, because that was the only thing that was giving me a few dollars,
Hmm.
and I had nothing else. So it was kind of like when you give somebody a little something, like when you give them the tip, you want to just they want a little more. Like, once you put the tip,
Oh man.
But
Yeah.
so my point of saying is like I had just got some money, and I didn't want that to be taken away. So I wanted some more of it, right?
Hmm.
So when when I was going through that level of uncertainty, it started raining one day, and then someone had told me that the restaurant wasn't doing so well, and I was like, man, please, God, like,
Hmm.
not this,
Hmm.
please don't. I
Hmm.
just got here.
Hmm.
This was a couple months in. I just got here. This is the only thing that really was giving me hope. I don't want this to be taken away from me. So I remember saying a prayer, dude. I'll never forget the prayer I said. I'll never forget, because it's one of the, like, when I pray, I pray from the heart. But
Hmm.
sometimes we go through routine prayers that we
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
say things and then go to
Hmm.
bed.
Hmm.
Right? No, I said a prayer that day, dude. And I meant it from the bottom of my heart. I told God, I said, if you give me an opportunity to play and do music full time, I don't care if I only made $20,000 a year. I would take it over a job that would offer me 60,000. I
Hmm.
meant that, dog,
Hmm.
because I wanted to do what I was created to do. I wanted
Right.
to do what I love doing. I enjoyed it. I wanted to do this saxophone. That's what I wanted to do,
Hmm.
and everything just started changing. So that really gave me more confidence to play every day and not
Hmm.
give up, to answer
Hmm.
both of your questions. So it really gave me that confidence, like, that I never thought to give up. And it motivated me to keep going because I kept seeing little and small victories
Hmm.
adding up to bigger victories.
Right.
And it meant a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. You kept seeing at least a little bit of progress. Like you
Yeah,
ain't
just a
need
little
to,
bit.
but just a little bit. Keep it
Yeah.
going.
My little
Yeah.
bit of progress was tips
Yeah.
and people clapping.
Right.
Like,
Right.
because they were appreciating what I'm doing. Like, people work hard for their money, right?
Hmm.
People, and it's not all about money. I'm just using money because that's a real life thing,
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
So people work really hard for their money. For somebody to give you $1 of that, however long it took them to make that, that means a lot. That means you're
Hmm.
you're really good at what you're
Yeah,
doing,
yeah, for sure.
right? And that was a victory to me because I'm like, man, somehow I came up with $50 a day. I convinced a few people to add up to $50. If they gave me if you made $15 an hour, right? And you give somebody $5 of that money, that 1 hour, you just donated 15 minutes of your hard work of doing for that hour, and in exchange
Yeah.
for believing in me.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what I looked at it. I was like, man, if this person worked hard for 15 minutes and gave me their $5, they believe, or 20 minutes, they actually believe in me. That's a victory for me.
Yeah.
I didn't need like to sell out a concert of 1,000 people to see a victory or have like a #1 streaming song.
Right.
I never cared about that.
Right.
I just cared about the little victories of people that wanted to see me go far, and they support me by clapping. They clapping and enjoying, smiling, coming to ask me a question, whether it took me or not. It was just those little things that they were interested in what I'm doing, and genuinely, and you can feel it, and that kept me going. Like that inspires me to this day.
Bro, you know what that made me think about? That's so crazy because, but like in a good way, because so many times, and I used to have this really bad too, but now I'm much better at it. So many times we have like a list of things, requirements, prerequisites before we either are grateful or feel like we've done something, right? So in most of the times, those goals are so big, and we don't have like the little micro goals that we'll be able to say, oh, I won. Like we just got the big joints,
Right.
and we ain't hit the big joints. Like, oh, I'm gonna make $1 million playing the sax this
Right,
year.
right.
And the year go by, I ain't make $1 million. Like, all right, I'm gonna go to the office. But you out here was like, I won, little stuff. Like that's huge, bro.
Yeah, I mean, the Bible speaks about a lot of that.
Yep.
About celebrating. My thing is, you got to take care of what God gives you, right? And you got to celebrate them for the small things that you have, and then your bigger blessings will come through.
Yep.
Like you can't expect that. Okay, well, you have some people that go, man, I got this job that I don't really want to be at or whatever. There's a 2008 recession. There's a 2020 pandemic. A lot of people lost their jobs, and they wouldn't do anything to have that. Anything to be in your position. Well, I'm in a house right now, and I need a bigger house because I make more money, and I deserve a bigger, primary bedroom, or an extra room, or I just deserve a big yard with everything. Okay, well, if you feel that you deserve something, sure, you go for that. That's your thing. You do that. But don't be disappointed if those are not the plans that God has for you.
Right.
Right? You have to understand that whatever strategy you're writing out, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying don't do it, but when you're done writing that, you're going to take that same strategy and you take that to your prayer and go, God, I wrote this down. Does this line up with what you're doing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If it's something on my list that I have that is not of your plan, I would love for you to just take it off. I don't want it. Because I don't want whatever you don't have for me. Whatever's not promised to me, I don't want to write down my own personal agenda. You know what I'm saying? So you have to, dude, you have to ask God to order your steps, dude. And and put you in the places that he knows where you need to be. Not by my own plan.
Right. Yep. 1000%. And I say that almost every day. Like, tell people to be grateful for the blade of grass before you get the field.
Bro,
like,
yes. You do.
That's simple.
Yeah, you do. You have to celebrate those little victories to piggyback where we're going. But you have to celebrate those little victories because, man, they literally like, if you're a basketball player, those little victories you got as a kid. Let me tell you something. He probably get emotional, but I'm gonna tell you some little so let me tell you a little victory. Cause I know Mr. Williams watching. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me tell you some victories about Jazz, some small victories. Small victories from when I met him. Right? Small victories that lead to bigger ones. It's when you start basketball as a kid and you shooting your shots. Your dad just throwing the ball back and forth to you. You know what I'm saying? And you shooting your shot. It's a small thing. And then you get older and then you put that jersey on, right? You put the jersey on and you come out of that tunnel, you running out of the tunnel, and you see daddy in the stands, the same guy that was throwing the ball to you, the same guy that was rooting you on when you were a kid, same guy that, gave you a spanking, whooped your tail a bit when you got out of line. You know what I'm saying? And you look back at those moments, you go to yourself like, man, I never thought I would be here. Those are small things that were happening or manifesting to get you to where you are now. Y'all know, I don't know if he told y'all, this dude was a part of the Globetrotters.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
once upon a time.
Once upon a time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not dropping that name as like I'm not name dropping, but I'm saying it's like all little victories are adding up even to today when he has his own business here as a podcast. Those are all small victories leading up to this point. You got people like myself that are flying into LA to do an interview with him.
Man, and I'm grateful.
Yeah.
Like that's the true meaning of like when they be like, man, I'm so humbled by that. Cause when you sent the text, I was like, hell yeah. Like, but at the same time, I was like, it really, like in the moment, cause sometimes I'm terrible with like, processing stuff in the actual moment. Like in the moment, I'm like, man, yeah, for sure, pull up.
Yeah.
But then like the next day I was like, my dog want to like pull up and be on the joint.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
I was like, that's dope.
I
was like, that's dope. He want to put me be on the pod. Like I don't take that for granted. You know what I'm saying? At all. But and like you were saying with the sex, like for me, that's a win.
It's a win. It's a win. It's a win. Like you're inspiring to be around because you're a successful man, married, kids, like you're living the dream. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of whatever people's goal is in life, when you get there, or even before you get there, you have to share these moments with someone. You know what I'm saying? It is lonely at the top. Like it really is. Like I don't care if you want to, stay single, grind it out, be successful, reach those goals. But when you get there, or even on the way to there, it's better to have someone to share that journey with. Sure. So when you get there, they can relate. You ever try to date somebody that can't relate to anything you do?
Bro, look, you know what's crazy?
That's very hard.
I don't know if you listened to the interview on Breakfast Club, Nick Cannon. He was like giving Charlamagne and Envy they flowers too, because he was like, man, y'all had y'all wives since like high school. Bro. He's like, I've been Nick Cannon all my life. Yeah. I could never get that.
Right.
Because it's real.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, you're living the dream. Like you literally are living the dream. So, trying to get where you at.
Bro, I really appreciate that. Cause it's funny, like, as of late, I've been just like super grateful, bro. Like every day, like, and I know like a lot of it is like outside of like the tangible stuff, the majority of it is literally like you were saying, like wifey, the kids, like those three components of my life alone.
That's what matters most.
Yeah.
That's what matters most. When you're laying on your deathbed, you're not gonna think about this podcast
at all.
You're not gonna think about basketball
at all.
You're not gonna think of none of this.
No,
you're gonna think about your wife. You're gonna think about your kids, your family. In your mind, you're gonna think about the moments and the memories you've made with these people, and that's what's gonna matter the most before you close your eyes and rest for good. And for you to attain the ultimate goal of having a family and settling down, that's where, regardless of what people say, people want to grind it out and say, "Oh, I'm single," and I'm not a relationship advisor by all means. No. As you can see, I am no, but I'm searching like y'all. So I mean, like by all means, but ultimately we want to get to that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Come on now.
Ultimately, and if you're not, more power to you in what you do, but to share your moments of success, you need to share it with somebody you love.
Even
Period. Your
even the
family.
down moments too. Like
Yes, you gotta share those. You gotta share
that's
the
like,
journey.
yeah, it's all part of the joint. Cause like a lot of people, like one thing I don't like hearing, like people say, and it's not a bad thing, but I hope whenever I hear that people aren't just appreciating somebody just for those moments. Like people will be like, man, like this person held me down. Like
Yeah.
I gotta, I like is there's some truth to that, but I also want people to understand that don't just want to be with somebody or love somebody just because they held you down at your lowest moments.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, like for me, it's really important for my significant other to make me better.
Mhm.
Like even when I'm at the highest of highs at whatever point I am, like they're still inspiring me to do more, be more, whether it's for me or for them. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I've been able to find, bro. And it's I'm gonna tell you, before the wedding, Viv was always like how you feel? Like you excited? Like da da da. And I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, we've been
Yeah,
together. Like
yeah,
we got
yeah,
two
yeah.
kids. Like, nah, it's just paperwork and a formalities. But literally, I kid you not, bro. The next day after the wedding, everything was different.
Yeah.
Like in a good way.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at her different. Like even the idea of us having a disagreement was different. Like nothing
Yeah.
was a big deal anymore.
Right.
Like, cause like what's the alternative?
Yeah. Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
like, you
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But
I love it, man. Like I said again, I'm giving you your flowers because
I
I'm telling you
appreciate you.
that I'm proud of you, man. That's exactly where the goal is for me.
Yeah.
Music. I love music, but as I grow older,
Mm-hmm.
I want to be able to share this journey of music with the
With.
with.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, that's like
Yeah.
top of my
When
list.
when did that become top of the list? Cause we've been knowing each other for a
Yeah,
while.
yeah. So
And
y'all can tell
even
by the look of his face that this
uh,
is interview is about to get
look,
interesting.
no, 'cause it's funny.
Like,
So when he pulled up, we in the kitchen, we
yeah,
making some water.
yeah,
And he was like, he stopped me mid-sentence, like, bro, looking at that ring in your hand look crazy.
yeah. I was like, this is crazy because I mean, I knew Jazz is a good guy, so I knew he was gonna settle down. I knew him and Viv, it was gonna happen.
Mhm.
But when your friends when they had their wedding and they got the ring on, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I knew y'all was gonna get married, but like to see
But
it is
nah, yeah.
and like he's a real life married guy, like
Real
it's
life.
real life.
Real life.
When it started happening for me, honestly, I don't even know, man. I think it's like
Cause
as
you
I
said you didn't really believe in marriage.
no, I really didn't believe in I didn't really understand marriage.
Oh,
I would
okay.
say that.
Uh-huh.
My dad, he was a great father, but a terrible husband,
Mm.
right? And that's with all due respect to my father. Um, I had never seen a good marriage
Mm-hmm.
consistently, you know. Um, and but that I wouldn't let that dictate what my beliefs would be
Mm.
for me to settle down, but I didn't understand what a good marriage looks like and how
Mm-hmm.
it works.
Right, right, right.
So it always made me a little skeptical to be involved.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say that I've always been a risk taker. This may sound come off wrong, but I've always been a risk taker because I mean it's a risk. Um, it's calculated risk,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, but
Mm-hmm.
um, so I reached a point where I was like, you know what? What do I got to lose?
Mm-hmm.
Time is inevitable,
Right.
right? So if I lose a little bit of time, God forbid I get a divorce. I don't believe I should have one. Um, if it don't work out, then I lost my time learning, right?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't wasted.
Right.
So
Still a
so why
win.
not?
Still a win.
Yeah.
Yeah, interestingly enough, like my parents, they got divorced. I believe I was a sophomore in
Mhm.
college, I think, when that happened. But I'm just like you, like I didn't have, even though they were married, it wasn't like,
Mhm.
oh, like, oh yeah, I want to be like that. Like,
Yeah, you know?
yeah. So, but I still like growing up, I don't know why. I kind of know why. I remember watching the Case video with Beyonce.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to do that. So I ain't necessarily want to just the marriage, but I was like, that'd be fly. Like,
Yeah.
ended up proposing on the rooftop in pajamas. But yeah, I didn't have the example of like you said, of just like, okay, this is how it should be done. This is what it looks like. And that type of stuff affects you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like did you have, because I know like for me, I don't know if it's a personality thing or based upon what I grew up seeing, but I was never like the most affectionate dude in a relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Me neither.
See?
Me neither.
Like you think it's because of that? Because we ain't had like the example? Or do you think it's just like characteristic?
I think it's characteristics in your environment. Your environment shapes who you are.
Hmm.
Um, so the people that I was around, because I was around them, I didn't really understand. Like, I didn't understand love. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Ah,
so,
that's funny.
but I mean, I think it's the environment. So I, yeah, I had never experienced what a really great marriage looks like. But then again, would we have even experienced that? Because what is a great marriage? That's relative,
Right,
right?
right.
Whatever the great marriage is, different from each couple,
Hmm.
you know. So that was another thing for me to say to myself, like, all right, Chris, you're 35. It's not when it's not about my age, but I'm just saying, you're 35 and you're living pretty good life.
Hmm.
You're doing well for yourself. You share it with somebody you love
Hmm.
because these tours get lonely. You know what I'm saying? Like you like when I leave
Yeah.
here, let me tell y'all something. When this podcast is over, I'm going to the hotel room to lay down and go to Vegas in the morning. He goes upstairs to his wife and kids. And he gets to tell people, he gets to tell his wife what the whole podcast is about and like make breakfast in the morning and talk about it. Like I don't. Like I don't have a wife. So he gets to
Yeah.
share this moment. So,
But you know what's funny? If Bill was down here, she would be like, he ain't coming upstairs. Cause bro, so, like maybe half of the week, she'll come downstairs and get me
yeah.
like 3 in the morning, 3:30 in the morning, like turn the computer off, come get in the bed.
Yeah.
Cause we've had that conversation about like, from what I've seen, all of the greats who are either in just a relationship or a marriage, 20, 30 years later, the wife always comes out and or rather the great comes out and says, I appreciate my wife for
Mm,
dealing with me, sacrificing those in those lonely nights and stuff like that. Cause when you like ripping and running,
yeah.
cause even like, you tour and stuff, I'll fly somewhere and shoot and stuff like that,
Yeah.
it's like there is that element where there could be some loneliness there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. That's very true. I've had a lot of lonely nights. So but now, you know, I'm mature enough.
Mm,
I understood what I want now. So
yeah.
I'm just fine.
And do you think that came with age or experience?
Both.
Mm,
I think the experience, as the Bible tells you, with age comes wisdom.
mm,
So I think they both go hand in hand. So as you get older, as life goes on, you experience more.
mhm,
So which helps with you getting older. So they go hand in hand. So you experience more, you're still aging as you're
mhm,
experiencing more. So
mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. So you mentioned the show. Tell us about the shows that's popping up. It's tomorrow, right?
Yeah. So tomorrow I'm recording for Roku.
Come on now.
Yeah, come on now.
Come on now. Talk
Hey,
to the people.
glory. So record so recording Roku. So that's gonna be amazing, and is a segment for the Latin Grammys.
Come on now.
Yeah, for the Latin Grammys. I have 0 ounce of Latin in me, but I do play Latin music because clearly, like, that don't mean. My first album had Latin music on it. You know,
Bro, man, what's the name?
Turquoise is the album. Sabor Me was one of the songs.
That's my favorite
Sabor
joint.
Me.
That's my
Yeah.
favorite joint. Hey, that's my joint. That's my joint, though. I'll be running that. I still be playing that joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That Besame Mucho. So I'll actually be playing those songs tomorrow. So
I know you signed Turquoise for me. I can't find it though, so don't be mad at me.
No, don't worry about it, man.
It's somewhere, but yeah, I've
he
been
sold it
moving
on
a lot.
eBay.
I know.
He did for $10.
10 thou wow.
10 thou wow.
Got, refurbished the studio off that man's signature.
Now you see what I'm talking about with your environment of friends that you have around. Now you see what he did with all that money they sold for my album. Now look at the studio, y'all. Look at it, it's nice, ain't it?
And nah, it's stuff hanging around. I got loose knobs. Don't believe that, man.
For my album you sold. I got no proceeds from that. I gave him a free album.
Bro, man, it's crazy. Like looking at just like how long we've known each other and just like where we are now, man. I always like to kind of like revisit. Like, bro, we were hooping.
Yeah.
Like hooping every day, Coach Nick putting us through drills, trying to kill us. Shout out to Coach Nick. I need to call
Coach
and surprise him like one day.
Yeah.
And now here we are, bro. Like, I never would have imagined that we would be in LA sitting down shooting a podcast.
Dude, I would never imagine that either. Because when you're younger, like I said, earlier, you never know what God's plans are for you. You just kind of go with the flow, I guess.
Yeah.
When I was younger, you think like, oh, who go to the league?
Yeah, and that's it.
On your mind. Go to the league. That's it. Go to college. Go to your league. Go to the league. But and it's not a letdown for the kids that are watching that if you don't go to the league, what else are you gonna do? That's not a letdown. The letdown is knowing what your gift is and choosing to do something else. That's a letdown because ultimately you will not be ultimately happy unless you're using the gift that God gave you. I don't care what you do. You can make as much money as you want. You can be as successful as you deem to be, right? But if you're not using the gift, you will never find true happiness.
At all.
It's not gonna happen.
I literally said that yesterday on set. I was talking to like one of the photographers on set or something. I was just like, we were having that same conversation. And I was like, I could literally make $1 million a day, like accounting or financial analyst or something like that. And I still would snooze and dread going in. Like, cause
that's not what you're created to do.
Exactly.
What you're created to do is what we're doing right now. Is to I've never had a conversation like this with Jazz, like what we're doing right now. I've never had like a one-on-one talk, like even screw the podcast. Like we've had like, like business talks, but like a one-on-one talk where we're diving into different things like this.
Yeah.
It's the first time. So I completely understand where you're coming from. But I know there's kids are watching, or parents with kids are watching that may want to share this with them. If they have a gift that that God's given them, embrace it. If they love playing sports, let them play sports. I'm not trying to tell you how to parent. I don't have kids. I got no right to tell you how to parent. I gotta tell you how to parent.
It's funny. So you start with relationship advice, then you be like, I'm not a guru.
Yeah.
Then you got parental advice. You're like, I ain't
not a parent. I'm speak from logic. Right. Sure. So from logic, being logical. If you have a kid that is really great at the gift that they have,
Mm-hmm.
embrace it. They can play sports, they can do, whatever it is that they do, but make sure that they are embracing as well the gift that God's giving them
Mm-hmm.
and use that. If it's basketball, if their gift is communication and they like to play basketball, then find a way that they can communicate through basketball. Like,
Mhm.
meaning basically basketball will be a segue
Mm-hmm.
for them to utilize the gift of communication. Someone said, man, you're so gifted in the saxophone. And I told him, I said, that's not my gift.
Mm.
That's not my gift. The saxophone is not my gift. The saxophone is a segue for my actual gift.
Mm.
My gift is entertaining. That's
Mhm.
my gift
Mhm.
because I don't have to pick up my saxophone to entertain people.
Right, right.
Right. So when I'm on stage, you have plenty of people that can sing or play an instrument,
Mm-hmm.
but if they're not entertaining,
Right. It's
you know what I'm saying? But they're just good at the instrument.
Mm.
Me, I happen to be great at the instrument. I'm even better at entertaining,
Right, right.
which is that is my gift.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the sax, and God gave me a saxophone and saying this pairs well with his true gift.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So put those together. You know what I mean?
Man, that's fire, man. Look, you pod now.
Yeah, that is.
I'm gonna look up next week. I'm like Chris Mitchell Jazz podcast.
Yeah, look, I'm telling you, bro. That is
that's real.
That's real, man. I mean, you have a gift, and like you're not this tall for no reason. Like you're not this witty with your jokes for no reason. Like all this looks good on camera. Your jokes being witty is good for conversation with podcasts because you're able to, level the energy in the room, like to make people laugh, make people feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? The way you dress, the way you articulate yourself. The podcast is just a segue for him to be himself.
The vehicle,
his
for
communication to you.
For sure.
So
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Man, look. I know y'all appreciating this big love fest we got going on right here. We ain't seen my dog in a minute, man.
Yeah.
For real, for real. And you say you're gonna be back Thursday too?
Or
it's just gonna be in passing?
No, it's gonna be in passing, but I'm coming back for sure on December the 8th, the morning of the 8th.
Man, we gotta so like Viv works with the Debbie Allen Dance Academy, and every year they have a gala. We got to get you in like next year, bro, to perform.
Let me know.
This year is Neo, because it's Thursday. But yeah,
Thursday.
You'll be down. You'll be down to perform.
Yeah, well, shout out to Neo. But I'm about to follow up with You've done great things. Great singer, great writer, everything. But yeah, I would be down to perform the gala. I think it'd be nice.
Yeah, it'd be dope. It'd be dope.
I can bring a different thing than Neo. Neo got his own thing, but I got my own thing too. So
yeah, like you kill it, bro. Like for real. I just thought about that. Yeah. Definitely. I'll put that bug in their ear for next year.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, like, just because I don't tell people all the time, but I'm saying, like, I say this often.
You're like LeBron.
Like, just because I'm black don't mean I don't like one genre of music. Like, people gotta understand, like, just because I'm black doesn't mean I like just hip hop, R&B,
man,
or soul music,
real.
or neo soul. I listen to all type of music. I'm on EDM, classical music. I'm on country music, acoustics. I'm a lot of different types of music all the time. I don't really mess with heavy metal, but I will do like soft rock, punk rock. I'll do like hard rock. I'll do a lot of different stuff.
Do you think that helps you with your playing at all?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I say I don't play with heavy metal music, but I don't like jamming in my car, but I would listen to snippets of it on social media because their guitars that play heavy metal music are some of the most insane shredders on the guitars on earth. And I can pick up a few riffs of what they use and use that and incorporate that. But I like all types of music, man. Like, so I say that to say this because I think those are things to touch upon too. I know we got to get out of here soon for you, but I think those are that is something to mention as well. That because you are a part of a certain culture doesn't mean you have to cater to that culture, right? You can cater to a lot of different cultures. I'm black, obviously, but I make music. I play Latin music, right?
Mhm.
I play country music. I play lots of different music. Why is that? Is because one, I enjoy it, and then two, I'm able to reach a broader audience. So I don't want to do a podcast where I like podcasts like this. I don't want to do a podcast where we're only talking about things for the culture. I
Mhm.
want to talk about things for everybody. Like,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
For everybody. Because I don't want to leave anyone out that I don't possibly know. I want to leave everyone, I want to have everyone involved.
Mhm.
When I can't pack an arena or a theater with just one culture all the time.
Right, right.
I have to advertise to lots of different cultures.
Mhm.
So for those that have a business out there that are among, a certain type of culture, don't if I may say or suggest, don't limit yourself with just selling to what you feel comfortable with.
Mm.
Like, it's like if we go out to eat, if we go out to eat somewhere, if you go out to eat somewhere and you're by yourself, you don't necessarily have to sit amongst the culture of yours.
Mhm.
You can sit wherever you want to, and you can make conversation with new people,
Mhm.
right? Or if you get on a plane and there's open seats on the plane and you feel like you'd be more comfortable sitting next to the person that's of your culture, sit any way you want. Make conversation with everybody
Mhm.
because everybody has something to offer, and you'd be surprised when you learn about other people's cultures too.
Yeah.
You'll be very surprised that you'll be surprised at who you are,
Mhm.
right? I never thought I'd be listening to Frank Sinatra music,
Mm.
and I met Toga. He was the one out there at Turquoise restaurant with me
Mhm.
playing Turkish music, and I never thought I'd listen to Turkish music. I enjoy it. He's the one who introduced me to play "Fly Me to the Moon," which is not Frank Sinatra's song. However, he made it very popular
Mhm.
too.
Mhm.
So I ended up listening to Frank, and I'm like, dude, I like big band music. I
Mhm.
like this.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Bro, I've been listening to Harry Belafonte a lot lately.
I'm telling you, dude.
Like,
I'm telling you.
seriously.
Yeah,
Fire. Like
yeah,
once a day, bro. At like last 2-3 weeks. Like, which is good, cause cause even with me, cause like these days, like I'm thinking about putting out a new album like the top of the year. Like the most of the music I've been doing lately has been like for clients and stuff like that, or like the TV show I was telling you we getting ready to pitch. But even for me, like listening to other stuff helps me with the writing process. It helps me with producing, and it also helps for me to not sound like everybody else.
right, right,
Cause it's easy to just if I'm just listening to just rap, hip hop all day, or even just one or two artists all day, what you think you're gonna do? You're gonna sound just like that person. You're gonna
right.
make the exact type of
You
music.
start talking like them too. You start speaking like them. Like you, I'm saying them as in the genre of
Mm-hmm.
music, as how it's articulated.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it is very good to be as diverse as you are, because other people can understand you. You
Mm-hmm.
be of a universal language, like, you know
Right.
what I'm saying, and that's very important.
Right.
That's very important. If you can learn Spanish, learn Spanish. If you can learn Italian or French or whatever. If you can learn English and you don't know English, learn it. Learn those languages, because they go very, very far. A lot of people, and I want y'all to understand this, a lot of people are not able to advance in the business that they are trying to, push, because they're not diversified.
Mm-hmm.
They're not diversifying because they're trying to cater to one specific genre of music or culture, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was playing at jazz clubs, it was just soul music and R&B. I never made no money.
Hmm.
I didn't make any money, and I started playing other types of music,
Right.
right? Because I ended up playing the same thing everybody else was playing, but it wasn't until I started playing other types of music, other genres, where it all just came together. So I started getting people from the Latin culture to appreciate me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like I just said, I'm doing Roku's Latin Grammys. What I know about Latin Grammys, but
Find out you Cuban.
yeah, I know, right? You find out I'm Cuban. So I mean, so it helps. You look at like Jason Derulo is a great example.
Mm-hmm.
Look at what he does. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's very diverse. So
I just thought about it. What's out of all the places you've traveled, top 3?
London's the greatest city in the world. I'm tell you right now. London is the greatest city.
Yeah, London town.
London is the greatest city in the world, bro.
I haven't been to London yet.
That's the greatest city, bro.
Yeah.
It's the greatest city. I mean, what makes it so great is one, the history, right? And 2, it is the people. The people are they're very consistent. Meaning like if you go when you go to New York, I love New York City, but sometimes it can be very inconsistent. Okay? Like but
LA's like that too.
It can be inconsistent.
Yeah.
Right. And like you don't know if you're gonna have a good day in New York City with people, or you don't know if you have a bad day. Like if you they tell you don't ask for directions in New York, right?
Yeah.
Because you probably get somebody rude, right? But then you may not, right? Well, in London, it's pretty consistent. When you ask somebody directions, everyone's pretty much, unless it's just, but that's my own experience though. I've never encountered a bad experience. So it's London, that's number 1. 2 is gonna be Houston. There's no place like home.
That's
and
1000%.
On the top of why I'm saying Houston, there is no place. I want everyone to listen to me. When Jazz edits this, you need to zoom in on my face. I want to make this known to everybody in the world. There is no food like Texas. I have traveled so many places, and there is absolutely no food.
Let them know.
Like Texas.
Let them know.
I don't want to hear again about Mexican food in California. Okay? I don't want to hear again about it in San Diego. Okay? I'm talking about all around. I'm talking about seasoning, because y'all don't have any out here. Okay?
You go into the wrong spot.
Yeah, you got no seasoning.
You go into the wrong spot.
You go to the gym out in LA, and after y'all talking about, let's go get a smoothie. Okay?
Yeah,
or a juice.
Bowl or something.
Well, a acai bowl. What is this? I just burned 2,000 calories. Are you talking about
you gotta get the power joint, the power option.
What's wrong with y'all? I want a burger. I want a steak. And I want to be ounces, like heavy ounces.
Bro, the Katsuya got a tomahawk joint.
Yeah. There's a Texan size.
Bro, now you gotta order 2.
See, it's like cute. You got serving cute meals out here.
You gotta order 2 of them joints.
I don't want no cute.
Like, cause I be in there, I look crazy. I'd be like, can I get another one of them tomahawks?
Hey, it could be like that. My next one would be Seattle, Washington.
Seattle.
Yeah, I like Seattle.
I love Seattle, bro.
I have great memories. But I'm choosing places where I made the best. I feel like I made the best memories.
Yeah. Man, yeah, I've been to Seattle twice, and both times it never rained, like not even a drop.
You're lucky, yeah.
Yeah, so when I talk to people, I'll be like, that's Seattle talk. It's clear skies. Love Seattle. Toronto's fire too.
Toronto's nice. We perform at the Queen Elizabeth Theater in Toronto when we do go. If you ever decide to, bring out the mic again and step on the stage.
Hey, look, man.
You know what I'm saying?
What's today? I was supposed to perform, what was that, 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago. Yeah, somebody wanted me to perform in their show. And initially I said, yeah, but then with the schedule and all that, I wasn't able to really get the rehearsal in. Because it wasn't just like a pull up, grab the mic
and go.
Yeah, it was like, I wanted to get the lights going. Like we had full creative control. So I was excited. I was like, I'm about to get my K-Dot on. We about to hit the lights here, a spotlight here, red behind me. But when I realized the schedule, I wasn't going to be able to do that. I was like, I don't want to do y'all a disservice. And look crazy.
It'd be like that because that's how I feel about tomorrow. You better be right. So y'all ain't respond to my email.
Okay?
I need my email answer.
Look, I'm gonna clip that up tonight so you can have it tomorrow.
I'm gonna send it to them. I was sending that to them tonight. Answer my email. I sent you a writer. My writer has 3 things. Like I don't have a long list on my writer.
All right, you got green M&Ms.
None.
It gotta be at what, 69 degrees?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
not 70.
Not
it
70,
better not be 68 because it's too cold.
It's too 69. Cold. Like I got a very like realistic writer. 3 things are on it. It's on my writer. It has the wireless microphone because I didn't bring that with me,
Mm-hmm.
and to have the 1/4 inch to 8 inch from the laptop
Mm-hmm.
to the mixer, or from the mixer to the laptop.
Mm-hmm.
And then my third one was 2 bottles of water. So when I'm performing, I
Oh,
don't get
you
thirsty.
got like essentials in your writer. Like you got like
Yeah, I'm a
tech
musician.
stuff.
Yeah, I'm a musician. Like I have all the things I need to bring. Just tomorrow I didn't bring them, the microphone. But usually,
Yeah.
as any musicians that are watching, don't go anywhere without a mixer.
Mm-hmm.
Singers, musicians, don't go anywhere. You
Mm-hmm.
should definitely have a mixer.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if you have like a good technician, they just may not be having a good day. So you can have
Yeah.
you know what you want to sound like,
Right, right,
right?
right.
So you have a mixer.
Man,
I got
that's
a question for you before we get up out of here,
yeah.
though. If you had one concert ticket, there's 2 concerts going on tonight.
Mm-hmm.
You only got one concert ticket. You got to choose between the 2 concerts you can go to. You can't go to both.
Mm-hmm.
You can only go to one.
Mm-hmm.
Michael or Prince. Be careful, they're watching.
All right. I'm faking this pause. It's Mike.
It's
I'm going to
Mike?
see Mike.
Okay.
I thought about it. So I thought about it for a split second, and then I like made it dramatic because I respect Prince because he's Prince.
Right.
But if I had to see it in person, I gotta see Mike in person.
I can respect that. It's a very hard question to answer.
Because you probably going Prince.
I'm going Prince.
Yeah.
So this is gonna probably go viral. This is probably the clip that you need right now. What I'm about to say. I don't care. So I mean, here's what I would say. In my opinion, Michael was not the greatest entertainer of all time.
Mm,
He was the greatest performer.
mm,
There's a big difference between performing and entertaining.
mm,
Mike had the choreography. We cannot doubt his choreography, right? We cannot doubt it. But the way I view entertainment,
mm,
Prince is on stage, and he's the kind of guy that go, sing with me.
mm,
That's entertaining.
mm.
That is getting me involved. That is something when your kids grow up and they
Right.
go like, Daddy, tell me about your most memorable experience.
Mm-hmm.
Well, other than marrying your mother and birthing y'all,
Yeah,
I mean,
patting
at
it.
one time Prince brought me on stage.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna talk about I saw Michael Jackson moonwalk. You'll be like, man, Prince brought me on stage.
Yeah, that's
to
a moment.
sing. That's a moment,
Yeah.
bro. And Prince creates moments. I don't think Michael is bringing on somebody on stage to sing. He may have done it. I ain't never seen that video.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's real. Cause Mike is Mike is like, I'm putting on this huge production.
Yeah, there's no room for a freestyle.
Yeah. We've been rehearsing this for 6 months. Pyros behind me.
Yeah.
If anything is off, somebody gonna catch on fire. I ain't got time to bring no little kid on stage, and that's insurance claim.
Yeah. Yeah. See, that's me. I'm more like a Prince in concert. I go off the script.
Yeah.
But I love it.
So I'm gonna ask you this one last thing, and then we're gonna get out of here. And this is a little more serious.
All right.
Not like cry worthy, but it's a little more serious. Just because it's important. In today's world, the generation it's not even just what would you say? It's not restricted to our generation. It's just we happen to be living it right now. Like we grew up reading about things, hearing about things, but now it's safe to say that we are experiencing them in real time and seeing them in real time. And I'm speaking to us living in America as Black men. And I'm just curious, because I know I've never asked you this before. What has been your experience as a Black man in this country?
Lovely. I'm gonna tell you why. The reason why I say lovely is because I have accepted my own limitations.
Mm-hmm.
I've set my own limitations.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning basically that everything that I do is not to please others. It is not for the advantage of showing someone else that I can get ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I've done everything, and in my life, doing everything for my family.
Mm-hmm.
I have had my difficulties of my own personal gains, meaning basically troubles running into renting venues, which could be because of
Mm-hmm.
my culture. I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't limit that in my mind to where that's what it is,
Right. Right.
right? I don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So my actions, my my um my character is what I go hand in hand. So my actions, my character is I am a God fearing man.
Mm-hmm.
I am a very humble guy, I would say, and I am a very devoted Christian. Um, and the actions that I take to earn a living and take care of my family, my loved ones, are not threatened by the color of my skin.
Mm-hmm.
It's I've honestly never even put any thought into it,
Mm-hmm.
to be honest with
Mm-hmm.
you. It's a sensitive subject to a lot of people. It can be upsetting to a lot of people when I say something like that, but I've never put myself, I've educated myself for the things that, like people would say, well, you hear people say all the time, well, the man doesn't put limitations on our culture. I always felt like you put your own limitations on
Mm-hmm.
yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I've always looked at it like this. If you, when we were growing up, this is probably not for the 20-year olds and younger or the 22-year olds and younger, because y'all raised differently. For our age at 35 and above,
Mm-hmm.
maybe 30 and above, when you act up when you were a kid and your dad corrects you
Mm-hmm.
and you yell back at them, right? Or whatever. And they'll tell you, well, if you don't like it, you can go stay somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't like it here. That's how I look at it as when it comes to America.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't like the rules that the country has set,
You can go.
you can go.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear people that are all about fighting for it, but sometimes you got to get to a point to where, am I fighting because that's just what everyone else is doing?
Mm-hmm.
Or am I fighting for myself because I want to be in a better position to take care of my family, children, whatever? Or I could simply go somewhere else where I like the rules that are better there
Mm-hmm.
and maybe have to do a little fighting, but have a better and be in a better place
Mm-hmm.
to take care of my family.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to fight
Mm-hmm.
every day.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe I'm fighting indirectly as a black man. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe that's it. But I don't want to put any effort in fighting for this.
Mm-hmm.
So when I wake up in the morning, I do what I gotta do to take care of my family. By all means, legally. You gotta throw that.
Allegedly.
Yeah. And then that's it. And I'll leave it alone. If I get to a place where I'm like, I can't stand being here, then I'm going to take what I have and leave and go
Mm-hmm.
be in a place where I can deal with it. People do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You have people, immigrants that come into the country that don't like the rules of theirs and build a better life here.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You think they regretting about leaving? No.
Right.
They may regret, and I say respectively, they may regret leaving their country because they love their country. They love their culture. But they created a better life
Mm-hmm.
here to take care of their loved ones that are from somewhere else. Right? We cannot, I can't say we, I am not going to fight for something that is ultimately not in my control to change. It's not. It's not wise, right? So I do what I have to do. And if that means deal with disadvantages that I may encounter, I've never encountered them before directly.
Right.
If that means deal with them and I can deal with them, well, when it approaches, sure, I'll just deal with it. But if I ever get to a point where I'm like, this country's unfair, okay, then I'll leave. But I'm not gonna sit and fight for somebody to make it fair for me. I'm not doing that.
Right.
I'm not doing that. I am 35. The average man, especially a black man, life expectancy is between 74 and 76.
Yeah.
So I'm almost halfway there. I ain't got time to play these games. I'm not doing that. I got 40 more years, so to speak, which don't sound like a lot of time. I'll say that a lot. It don't sound like a lot of time. I got 40 more years. Like you're 40. Like if you had on average, you have 40 more years spent with his kids, right? That don't sound like a lot.
Yeah.
When you throw it out there like that,
when you say it out loud, you be like, "Yo,
no, yo,
hold on."
Yeah, that don't sound like a lot.
Especially when you think about like how fast the last 10 years
10 years
gone,
go.
15.
I'm not doing that trying to access somebody to make a better life for me. I'm about to go out there and do it myself. I've tried that. I filled out 10 applications a day, resumes. Sending resumes to 10 companies a day, trying to get a job, hoping that somebody would change my life. It didn't work. So I went to the sidewalk, started playing my saxophone myself, earning tips, and here I am today in LA on a podcast, right? On not just any podcast, on Will the World podcast. So, I mean, that's my position on it.
Man, bro. That was beautiful, dog. That was beautiful, fam. Appreciate you, my brother.
Of course, man.
Pulling up, man, bro. This was a great conversation, dog. Like it's one of them ones, man. I'm sit down, be editing that joint, watching it through. Like it's one of them ones.
Yeah. Food for thought. Before we get out of here, I said that like 20 minutes ago. Hey, stop spending your money on like idiotic stuff. Like if you know you got a business that you're trying to you want to become better, don't spend your time saying to yourself, well, such and such have a birthday party this weekend, I gotta go. Or I gotta go buy XYZ. Don't be complaining when your business is not when it's not progressing. Don't be complaining with that. You can't expect to post on social media once every day expecting to see a change. You got to do market research. You got to analyze some things. You got to start a survey to your fans, ask questions. You have to go live. It's a full-time thing. If you think that leaving your 9 to 5 is going to bring you freedom, you got more freedom at your 9 to 5. Why? Because you know what time you get off. And you know what time you go in. It's not your company. Once you're done at 5 o'clock, you're freaking done. You ain't got to do nothing else. You got to wait till the next day until you do. When you're an entrepreneur, there ain't no time off.
Never.
Okay? Because I can tell you right now, if he go to sleep tonight and Denzel Washington call him at 4 a.m. and say, hey, can I come in the studio right quick? Viv, you good? You good? The kids good?
You straight?
Yeah, I'm about to let D in.
Look,
Denzel's coming
straight
in,
up.
so I'm about to go back to work.
Straight up. Might not even have time to make some coffee.
It don't matter. Denzel's outside. He's out there. Yeah. So, I mean, spend your money wisely. Invest. Okay? For those that don't know about investing, invest into the market. Your savings account only gets you about 0.01 annual yield. So it's not going to earn you that much money. So you need to invest in the market or invest in yourself, obviously, but put your money into an account that's going to actually grow wealth. You know, buy shares of a company you believe in. Don't just buy the hot stock. Buy shares of a company you believe in and then diversify. Just because you sing doesn't mean you only have to do concerts. No. There's many things that you can do with your voice. You got voiceovers. You got singing that you can do, which you can teach. Just because he does a podcast interview with just, like we're doing now, doesn't mean this is the only avenue for podcasting. He can rent the studio if he wants.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. He can also shoot other type of content
for
in here that
sure.
has nothing to do with podcasting.
Yeah. Shoot for others.
You can shoot for others.
Yeah.
So it's many different things. So diversify.
Yeah.
Use your money to do that though. Stop spending your money on wasting stuff. Man.
Straight up.
Buying clothes you don't need. You got clothes. You got clothes.
Yeah, you don't need that new bag. You don't need that new bag.
You don't need a new bag. You don't need to get your nails done this week. Take some nails off. Okay? You don't need to get your nails done. The nails cost you like $150. Feet and toes. Hands and toes. You know? Hey, take them nails off, man. You look, sacrifice $150 and invest into your business. You need more product. Go spend $150 on that.
Oh man.
Ain't nobody finna argue with you about your hands and feet when you rich. Okay? Not a lot of them. You think anybody looked at Oprah's hands and went, ooh, her hands?
Ooh, oh no.
No. I don't know one person.
Never.
I don't know one person.
Oh man.
That looked at Jeff Bezos' head and goes,
bro,
man, he really got a few hairs. He need to shave off.
Look,
of it.
Shaq be showing his toes all the time.
Shaq showing his feet all the time.
Terrible. Nobody care about that.
No, nobody care about that.
Yo, girl, Shaq asked me out, and I remember them toes. I said no. I said no. Nobody.
Shut up.
Ever.
Shut up. You did not tell him no because of his feet. Okay, stop it. That dude has like 200 something chicken places or whatever it is he got.
Everything. He
got
everything.
He got everything. So stop it. All right. Sacrifice that hair. That hair of yours. Wear a cap, baseball cap. Okay. And I know it needs to be done. Put it in a ponytail. You ain't gotta get it done now.
Get that big $2 jar of brown grease that everybody got.
Yeah.
Slick that joint back.
There you go.
Get you a toothbrush.
Yeah.
Get the edges.
Do it all. Do it all. For the guys, man. You know, stop dressing like you don't want to be successful. You know what that means? Like dressing like, oh, I look cool in the culture outfit. Oh man, put on a blazer, some jeans or something. With some kicks, you can do that. But if you actually think that you're gonna walk into a meeting dressing the way you dressing, ain't gonna happen.
Look, quick hack. So if y'all don't want to get all dressy or whatever you think that is, what you could do is you can get a hoodie and put a blazer over the hoodie.
Yeah, they doing that these days. You can do that.
And you can get some tight jeans.
Yeah, like Jazz's.
Like the tight jeans guy with your hoodie and your blazer, and you good to go.
You good. And
don't go baggy. Never go baggy.
Never go baggy. And get some good smelling cologne. Okay? Ladies, you too, perfume. Because I'm tired of hugging women that their hair just smell good. That's it. What happens when I say, you let me on this podcast. This is your fault.
Hey, no. I'm like, keep it rolling.
He did this.
Hilarious.
Yeah. I don't want to sit across the table and I can't smell you no more. Okay? Only when I hug you. That's not good. That's not good. You grown. Get you some perfume. Okay? You grown. All right? You grown. You know you are.
Oh man.
Yeah. And men, get you a watch. Stop wearing Apple watches. Okay? Get you a real watch, digital watches, you know? And you over here, you're a grown man doing this here, trying to text with a finger. What's wrong with you? Learn how to change the tire. Okay? Learn how to change your oil. Women want a real man. They want a man that know how to do things around the house. Look, women, ladies, next time your tire go flat and you call your man, he tell you, and he asks anything about AAA, counsel him. Counsel him. Think about what your daddy would say. I tell you right now, he got 2 daughters. Like, if his daughters grow up and a man come to his house and his daughter goes, I had a flat tire and John called AAA, Jackson tell this man to leave the house. Like,
Yeah, you gotta go ahead and get up out of there.
you
Man.
gotta get up out of here.
You gotta go ahead and get up out of there.
Yeah, man, you can't take. Can't ask me for my daughter's hand in marriage, and you can't change the tire. Like, I know we got a world of convenience. Women, ladies, stop ordering your groceries. You got time to go to the grocery store. Okay? Priorities. There's something sexy about you going to the grocery store and me coming to the car to get the bags. Okay? Just me coming to the car to get the bags. Like, I don't want to just show up to your house and you got bags and don't tell me you too busy to go to the grocery store. I know you got time. You got time to get your nails done.
I'm gonna put a dinger on like every new bullet go bing.
I'm telling you, don't stop that.
And this ain't premeditated either. He been wanting to get this off his chest.
I've been wanting to get this off my chest for a very long time. Also, LA, I'm talking to y'all. Also, LA, Los Angeles, I'm talking to y'all. Okay, stop calling it Rodeo Drive until you put an accent on that E. It's rodeo. Ain't nothing on that sign that says You know what I'm saying? It's not rodeo. Put something on the E. And when I come back, I'm going to say Rodeo Drive. If you act like you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to tell you the street where you don't have the correct E up there. Okay? You need to put an accent on that E. Put it up there. Stop playing around. I love y'all. Now go listen to some jazz music. I got a new album coming out. November 23rd.
Hey, you got a title for it?
I know. I literally made this album for my TikTok fans.
Oh, amazing.
I say TikTok fans because it was from the fans of TikTok.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I asked them to go pick out the songs they love to see me perform.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to the studio and made an album of it.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
For the people.
For the people.
Tell the people where to follow you.
Chris Mitchell Jazz. Everything. Can't miss it.
Everything. See, that's branding.
Everything.
That's branding. He ain't had to say on Twitter, on TikTok, on Instagram. Yeah. Everything.
Everything. That's branding. Go do that.
My dog. Appreciate you, boy.
Love you.
Look, another episode in the books. An amazing episode. Will the World Podcast with Chris Mitchell. I'm your host, Justin Darrell Williams. And until next time, peace and love.